Jim Carrey, the legendary comedic force behind The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Liar, takes the stand in a courtroom and drops a bombshell that no one saw coming. He once shared a bath with music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, all in a bid to climb the ladder of fame. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just another wild Hollywood rumor. This is a shocking, on-the-record revelation from one of the most iconic actors of our time, and it's shaking Tinseltown to its core. The courtroom gasped, social media exploded, and even veteran insiders were left speechless. But what could possibly have driven Carrey to confess something so intimate, so bizarre, and so deeply personal? What twisted truths about celebrity culture does this moment expose? Is this part of a much darker pattern in the entertainment industry, one of manipulation, secret rituals, and the price of fame? As we peel back the layers of this sensational story, one thing becomes clear. In Hollywood, nothing is ever quite what it seems. Buckle up, this ride is about to get wild. In a jaw-dropping moment that left fans reeling and media outlets scrambling for answers, Jim Carrey recently made a claim that blurred the line between comedy and confession. He says he once took a bath with hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, allegedly as part of his path to fame. The statement, made during what was expected to be a light-hearted interview, took a sharp turn into the surreal. Delivered with Carrey's trademark deadpan and mischievous grin, the moment left audiences stunned. Was he joking? Was it a metaphor? Or was it a shocking glimpse behind the velvet curtain of Hollywood's shadowy inner circles? While Carrey has long been known for his offbeat humor and penchant for the bizarre, this particular revelation struck a different chord. The idea that a beloved actor might have participated in something so strange, even symbolic, in exchange for a seat at the table of stardom sparked a flurry of speculation. Was this bath literal? Or was it a coded reference to the kind of rituals and compromises whispered about in entertainment industry lore? Regardless of its factual basis, the statement highlights something deeply unsettling: the high price of fame and the unspoken expectations that can come with it. Carrey's comment, whether laced with satire or rooted in truth, invites a haunting question: just how far are people willing to go to make it in Hollywood? As the world debates what really happened, one thing is certain: the line between reality and performance has never been blurrier. And Jim Carrey, once again, has us questioning everything. Jim Carrey's eyebrow-raising bath-time confession didn't just make tabloid headlines, it crashed into the middle of a high-profile courtroom drama like a grenade. During an ongoing case involving serious allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a case already fraught with tension, secrecy, and speculation, Carrey's statement was unexpectedly introduced as part of the proceedings. The atmosphere in the courtroom shifted instantly. Gasps echoed through the gallery, reporters scrambled to file updates, and even seasoned attorneys looked visibly rattled. While Carrey was not directly involved in the legal battle, the introduction of his comment raised immediate questions. Was this simply an offhand, satirical remark dredged up for dramatic effect? Or did it hint at something far more unsettling, perhaps a culture of strange rituals, coercive relationships, or unspoken dues within Hollywood's upper echelon? Suddenly, what many dismissed as a typical Carrey stunt took on new weight. Legal analysts debated the strategic use of the clip. Some called it irrelevant, others suggested it painted a disturbing picture of the environment surrounding the accused. Either way, the damage was done. The jury had heard it, the press had seized it, and the narrative had shifted. Carrey's oddball humor had unexpectedly cracked open a larger discussion, one not just about Diddy, but about the very nature of power, influence, and the hidden dynamics of celebrity culture. What was once a punchline had become potential evidence. And Hollywood, for a moment, held its breath. The entertainment industry has long been rumored to harbor secret societies and clandestine rituals. Carrey's bath comment reignited discussions about the existence of such groups. While some dismiss these notions as conspiracy theories, others point to patterns and testimonies that suggest a hidden layer of Hollywood life, where unconventional methods are employed to climb the ladder of success. In a recent turn of events, beloved comedian and actor Jim Carrey has finally addressed a long-standing question: why did he never attend Sean Diddy Combs' famous parties? As one of Hollywood's most private figures, Carrey's absence from these exclusive events has sparked curiosity for years. In a candid interview, Carrey revealed that his views on the darker side of the entertainment industry, as well as his opinions on Illuminati-related theories, might be part of the reason behind his decision to stay away. Jim Carrey is undoubtedly one of the most iconic comedians of our time. Known for his eccentric humor and unique facial expressions, he has left a lasting impression in films such as Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and The Truman Show. However, throughout his career, Carrey has maintained a clear distance from the typical celebrity lifestyle, focusing more on his art, philosophy, and personal growth. Over the years, Carrey has been critical of the superficiality and materialism of Hollywood, as well as questioning the darker aspects of the industry. His increasingly philosophical interviews have hinted at his disillusionment with fame and the entertainment world. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that Carrey had reservations about attending the extravagant parties hosted by Diddy. Sean "Diddy" Combs, also known as Puff Daddy, is a music mogul and influential figure in entertainment and nightlife. His parties are legendary, known for their exclusivity and for gathering celebrities and influential figures. However, in recent years, rumors have surfaced about the secretive and risky behavior allegedly taking place at these events, fueling conspiracy theories about a darker side to these gatherings. To many, Jim Carrey's recent bath confession may seem bizarre, even outrageous. But to those who've followed his career closely, it's just the latest chapter in a long history of calling out the entertainment industry's darker truths. For years, Carrey has been more than a comedic actor. He's been a vocal critic of Hollywood's glitzy facade and the spiritual toll it often takes on those within it. Long before this recent headline-grabbing remark, he was using his platform to question the very foundation of fame and success. Whether it was his satirical Illuminati sketches on late-night television mocking the rumors of secret societies and bizarre initiation rites, or his thought-provoking red carpet interviews where he bluntly stated that none of this is real, Carrey has consistently poked holes in the illusion of celebrity. In one viral moment, he dismissed a fashion event as meaningless, sparking both confusion and admiration. In another, he questioned the concept of identity itself, suggesting that the person known as Jim Carrey was merely a construct built to entertain the world. His paintings, interviews, and philosophical musings have all pointed to a man deeply disillusioned with the very machine that made him famous. He's called out the superficiality, the exploitation, the pressure to conform, and he's done it with a mix of humor, candor, and unmistakable sadness. Seen through this lens, the Bath with Diddy comment feels less like a publicity stunt and more like performance art, another pointed, surreal metaphor designed to unsettle, to challenge, and to force reflection. Whether literal or figurative, it aligns perfectly with Carrey's ongoing effort to expose what lies beneath the polished surface of Hollywood. In a world where silence often equals survival, Carrey continues to speak cryptically, controversially, but always fearlessly. So far, Sean "Diddy" Combs, the music mogul renowned for his lavish lifestyle, high-powered connections, and infamous private gatherings, has remained conspicuously silent on Jim Carrey's explosive claim. No press conference. No statement. Not even a cryptic tweet. Just silence. For a figure as media-savvy and image-conscious as Diddy, this absence of a response is notable and, to some, deeply telling. According to insiders close to the music executive, Diddy allegedly views Carrey's remarks as little more than eccentric theatrics, just another example of Hollywood's flair for the absurd. He's not taking it seriously, one anonymous source claimed. Jim's known for saying wild things. Diddy sees it as part of the game. But not everyone is convinced. In the court of public opinion, silence often speaks louder than words. And Diddy's decision to stay quiet has only added fuel to the already raging firestorm of speculation. Could there be truth behind the story? Was it metaphorical, symbolic, or something more? Given Diddy's storied history of opulence, whispered rumors about private celebrity rituals, and his reputation for fiercely guarding his personal life, some believe Carrey's comment struck too close to home. Others argue that any response, even a denial, would only legitimize the bizarre narrative further, so Diddy is choosing to wait it out, hoping it will fade like so many other scandals before it. Still, in the vacuum of answers, the questions grow louder. What really happened between Carrey and Combs? Was it a metaphorical critique of fame, or a strange truth hiding in plain sight? Until Diddy breaks his silence, we're left with ambiguity, and in Hollywood, that's often where the most powerful stories begin. To fully understand the impact of Jim Carrey's bath comment, one must first understand the man himself, a performer whose greatest tool isn't just comedy, but satire, wielded with precision and purpose. Carrey has long used absurdity and exaggeration as mirrors, reflecting the uncomfortable truths that often go unspoken in polite Hollywood conversation. His outlandish delivery, whether on screen, on stage, or in interviews, frequently masks a deeper commentary. In this case, the idea of taking a bath with Sean Diddy Combs may not be a literal confession, but rather a symbolic metaphor wrapped in hyperbole. Through that lens, the statement becomes less about a single event and more about the industry at large, a theatrical critique of the bizarre, sometimes degrading hoops performers must jump through for validation, access, and survival. The bath becomes a metaphorical cleansing, an initiation, or even a surrender, one that underscores the strange rituals and quiet compromises often required to succeed in Hollywood's elite circles. Carrey's choice of such an intimate, surreal image could be his way of spotlighting the moral ambiguity that lurks behind the glamour. It's a style he's mastered. Say something outrageous, let the media scramble, and then leave the audience wondering what's real and what uncomfortable truth might be hiding behind the punchline. In the end, Carrey's comment may not be about Diddy at all. It might be about all of us, about our obsession with fame, our willingness to look the other way, and our collective participation in a system that rewards silence, spectacle, and submission. Like the best satire, it's ridiculous, and that's exactly why it stings. Jim Carrey's bombshell didn't just ripple through Hollywood, it detonated across the internet, sparking a cultural firestorm that shows no signs of dying down. Within hours of his bath with Diddy revelation, social media was ablaze with memes, reaction videos, heated debates, and armchair psychoanalysis. Twitter, now X, TikTok, and Reddit became battlegrounds of interpretation. Some users applauded Carrey as a truth-teller, courageously exposing the hidden grotesqueries of fame with his signature blend of humor and depth. They hailed him as a whistleblower cloaked in a jester's mask, someone finally willing to say what others only dare to whisper. Others, however, weren't so kind. Critics questioned his intentions, his mental health, and the timing of his statement. Was this another performance art stunt? A cry for help? Or a desperate bid for relevance in a news cycle dominated by scandal and spectacle? Mainstream media outlets wasted no time jumping on the story. Talk shows, tabloids, and podcasts dissected the moment from every angle, each offering their own spin. Was this a satirical takedown of the entertainment industry? A coded message to insiders? Or a symbolic act of rebellion against Hollywood's gatekeepers? Even psychologists and cultural commentators joined the conversation, analyzing Carrey's behavior through lenses of trauma, fame fatigue, and existential philosophy. The fact that one bizarre comment could ignite such a widespread response says as much about society's obsession with celebrity as it does about Carrey himself. In the end, whether seen as comedy, confession, or cultural critique, Carrey's comment did what all great provocations do. It forced people to react, to think, and to talk. And in an era where attention is currency, Jim Carrey once again proved he knows exactly how to spend it. Jim Carrey's eyebrow-raising statement may have begun as a curious soundbite, but its echoes are resonating far beyond a single moment or celebrity name. Beneath the laughter, shock, and speculation lies a far more serious undercurrent, one that forces Hollywood to once again confront its own uncomfortable truths. Carrey's comment, whether literal, metaphorical, or satirical, reopens a conversation about the sacrifices artists are expected to make in exchange for access, visibility, and success. It brings into focus the shadowy power dynamics that have long defined the entertainment world, where influence often trumps integrity, and where gatekeepers can demand not just talent, but submission. For decades, whispers of coercive networking, manipulative relationships, and coded rites of passage have existed just beneath the surface of Hollywood's glossy veneer. Carrey's revelation, absurd as it may seem, pulls those whispers into the open, forcing fans, media, and industry insiders to ask, What are the real costs of making it in Hollywood? As more celebrities begin to speak out about their own experiences, some cryptically, others with painful clarity, the industry is being pushed into a reckoning. The hashtag #MeToo movement cracked the door. Stories like Carrey's, strange as they may appear, continue to pry it open wider. There is a growing demand for transparency, accountability, and reform. No longer can Hollywood rely solely on PR gloss and curated public images to hide systemic issues. Audiences are more aware, more critical, and less willing to excuse toxic behavior in the name of art or entertainment. In this broader context, Carrey's bath comment becomes more than just a bizarre anecdote. It becomes a symbol of an industry at a crossroads. A call to examine not just who holds power in Hollywood, but how they use it and at what cost to those beneath them. If real change is to come, it won't be because of one comment alone. But sometimes, it only takes one strange, uncomfortable truth to start a much-needed conversation. So now that you've heard the story, the confession, the courtroom chaos, the media frenzy, and the deeper implications, we want to know, what do you think Jim Carrey was really saying? Was this a literal bombshell about the hidden rituals of fame? A cryptic confession cloaked in comedy? Or was it another one of Carrey's brilliantly unsettling critiques of an industry built on illusion and compromise? Do you believe this was just classic Carrey using absurdity to expose uncomfortable truths, or is there a darker reality beneath the laughter that we've all been too afraid to confront? And what about Diddy's silence? Is it strategic? Telling? Or simply part of the Hollywood playbook of letting controversy blow over? This isn't just a tabloid headline. This is a moment that cracks open a much bigger conversation about the entertainment industry's power structures, the sacrifices demanded behind closed doors, and the growing movement of artists speaking out in both subtle and seismic ways. So sound off below. Share your thoughts, your theories, and even your skepticism. Whether you're team satire or team something else is going on, we want to hear your perspective. And if you found this story thought-provoking, unsettling, or just plain fascinating, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the entertainment world's most shocking revelations, hidden truths, and untold stories. We're just getting started, and trust us, what's coming next might be even stranger. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep questioning the narrative. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Jim Carrey's controversial revelation, a story that's as surreal as it is significant. Whether it was a moment of absurdist satire, a veiled truth, or something in between, one thing is undeniable: it struck a nerve. In a world where celebrity culture often feels scripted and polished, moments like this remind us that behind the smiles, red carpets, and soundbites lie complex individuals navigating a system that isn't always what it seems. As the lines between performance and reality continue to blur, Carrey's story forces us to reconsider what we accept, what we question, and what we ignore. And if Hollywood is the stage, who's really writing the script? Stay tuned for more stories that go beyond the headlines, stories that dig deeper, ask harder questions, and explore the strange, brilliant, and sometimes disturbing truths that shape the world of entertainment. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and remember, in Hollywood, the wildest stories often hide the deepest truths.